even 100 billion. Go and check. You'll find a small little boy, some tiny boy, 12 years, and he begins to produce bow tie. Suddenly, he becomes an instant hit in Europe or in America. Let the same boy be here in Ghana, in Nigeria, in South Africa to produce something amazing. We would defeat that thinking. Why is it so? It is because it is deeply embedded in our minds that we cannot trust ourselves. If you want to open a business right now and you push for tendering, we will make every effort to tear down a fellow African. Then somebody from the ones we call expatriate will come and suddenly dish us a few dollars and we are fine. And when you check the amount of money that goes out of Africa, I think about 7 years ago I saw a research that when somebody invests $1 in Africa, they take back $5. One of the misconceptions we have established that has formed part of our mindset is that, oh, when we talk about African resources, what comes to mind first? Gold. What else? Oil. What else? Timber. What else? Cocoa. Are we really sure that Africa's profound resource are these things? I call them things. According to the research, Africa has the youngest population in the world. And we don't classify them as resources. We classify them as population. Because until we change the status quo of our language, our thinking, and how we have been programmed, and begin to, when you hear Africa's resources and you can hear that they are the youth of the continent, we will not put in structures and means that can develop the young people to turn these things around. Because it takes human resource to turn cobalt into mobile phones. They don't just wake up from alumina and rise up and they form into frames. It doesn't happen. It takes human resource. Invest in your mind to rewire your mindset. Invest in your hands to develop a skill set. Invest in your heart to develop emotional intelligence. I'm taking it again. Invest in your mind to develop what? A mindset. Invest in your hands to develop a skill set. Invest in your heart to develop an emotional intelligence. What creates the wars in Africa? Greed is an output, but what really takes place in your heart is lack of emotional intelligence because you want to have it all. We are the continent that has thrown away vocational technical education across board, from South Africa to Morocco, from Ghana to Uganda. We've thrown vocational technical skills away and we are blabbing about technology. If, assuming there is a way in Ghana, we call the Gigi Ware, Abdullah Jiman and her team, if they were to be Europeans, by now they are millionaires. Why? Because anything that an individual will do that will have a rippling effect on the economy, it is supported. Is it not so sad that we have foreign agencies funding startups in Africa? I want you to think about it. Africa needs to rise and we want to rise. But the people who are funding the intellectual capabilities of our young people are foreigners. And this I'm using the right term, foreigners, not the one we have turned that around. Because the more they invest in our startups, they begin to determine where we should go. But look at the amount of money that our leaders are siphoning. Hold on. They are siphoning their monies here, stashing them in Switzerland. And these people go in there, pick those same money, come to fund our leaders talking and they are afraid. We are afraid to use the word or the term leadership. Why? Why? I just want to make a profound submission here. Why do we want to equate, why do we want to use servantship instead of leadership? We are interrogating the diseases of Africa, and this is the platform we can do because we're young people until we understand that we have problem with our knee and we pretend it's our elbow. Definitely on the field, it will show. So what I'm doing here this afternoon is to let us diagnose that indeed it is our knee that hurts. We won't pretend it's our elbow. Why are we trying to use the slang servantship for leadership? Because we have misequated the term leadership to mean position occupation. We have misequated the term leadership to mean position occupation, because the moment you lift up your eyes and you want to use the word leadership, you see politicians, you see African leaders. I call them the fossils. We are the only continent that has more African leaders or more presidents being above 70. They are fossils. So let's troubleshoot the wording. I recently wrote a certain document to one of the organizations in Africa, and I said, what Africa needs, it's not aid, it's not donation, it's not anything. We need ethical transformational leadership. So you see, I've qualified the word leadership so that it does not give us a thought of those who occupy positions. So, my fellow Africans, I submit to you that until we shift in the way we think about Africa, until we shift in the way we see Africa, until we shift in the way we position Africa, nobody will build it for us. The sad reality is that the very things we will accuse our leaders of, because it has been ingrained in our mind to 40 years, 50 years, we will play those sets back, and whatever we want to say and achieve here won't become a reality. So let us start shifting. Kick somebody and say shift. Oh, I see you mean it. Kick somebody and say shift. Kick the next person and say shift. African rising. African rising. African rising. Thank you very much.